All right, so today we're going to focus in on writing our algebraic inequalities from real-world situations. Okay, so if we look, most of us did number 1 together in class, but just to make sure that we're on the right track, remember, use cubes, so you're going to go through and circle your numbers after you read the problem, of course. You're going to underline your question, and you're going to box your keywords. So we said at least $85. He has 25. He's going to save 12 each week. All right, so we are going to say our variable is, since the question is literally asking us how many weeks, that's our unknown. So number of weeks. So we're going to say W. Okay, and then we're going to create our inequality. Now, if you do not have these notes somewhere, or if you have them, I would be making sure I was referencing them. So if you don't have them, I would pause the video and make sure I put them into my notebooks with everything that we've been working on. So these words are the ones we're going to use to talk about greater than. Here's our words that would mean less than. And here are our words that we're going to use greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. So again, either refer to this that we have in our notes or pause this video and write these into your notebooks so you can refer to them. All right, so if we're using the word at least, that means we're going to be using our greater than or equal to sign. So at least $85. So we write exactly that. He has $25. That means he already has it. It's in his pocket. And we're going to add $12 each week. But we don't know how many weeks he's doing this, so that's our variable. And each tells us to multiply. So we're going to do 12W. All right, that's our inequality, so that goes right here. And we're going to solve by subtracting 25 from both sides. Okay, 85 minus 25 gives us 60. And then to undo our multiplication, we divide by 12. W is going to be greater than or equal to 5 weeks. Okay, so that means it's going to take him at least 5 weeks. It could be more than 5 weeks. Because it's equal to, we could be exactly 5 weeks, or he could take longer and save more money. All right. Now the next one we're going to go over together is number 3. So number 3 says a temperature in the ice rink must stay below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. This morning, the temperature was 71 degrees Fahrenheit. The ice rink runs a cooling device that can decrease the temperature by 3.5 degrees every hour. How many hours will it take to get the temperature to fall below 50 degrees? All right, so when we are looking at this, I already went through and used cubes to circle my numbers and underline my question. My key words is we're going to say below, decrease, was, and by 3.5 every hour. All right. So when we're looking at this, we want to say below 50. So we want to make sure that whatever temperature it is right now, we want it to be less than 50 degrees. Okay, so we are starting was at 71 degrees. Okay, and I forgot to talk about our variable. It's asking how many hours, so that would be our variable. So number of hours. So we'll say H. All right, and so it's decreasing. So decrease means to subtract 3.5 every hour. Well, again, we don't know how many hours, so we're gonna say, what am I gonna do with 3.5 in every hour? We're going to multiply. So 3.5H. We're going to go ahead and solve that. So we're going to subtract 71 on both sides. We have negative 3.5H is less than 50 minus 71, which is negative 21. Okay, we're going to divide by this negative 3.5. All right, ding, 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 ding. We're dividing by a negative. So we want to make sure that our solution, our inequality here gets flipped from less than to greater than. And our solution will be negative 21 divided by negative 3.5. We're going to end up with at least 6 hours. Okay, so it's going to take 6 hours or more. Well, actually, it's not going to be equal to 6 hours. It has to be more than 6 hours before this temperature is going to fall below that 50 degrees. So our inequality was 71 minus 3.5h is less than 50. And our solution was h, or the number of hours, must be greater than 6. So it would be an open dot. And if it's greater, that means it could be more than 6 hours. Okay. All right, and the last one we're going to talk about is number 7. So number 7, it reads, in order to keep specific bacteria alive, the temperature in a science lab cannot exceed negative 20 degrees. The electricity went out when the temperature was negative 72 degrees Fahrenheit, but is increasing at a rate of 6.5 degrees per hour. How many hours do scientists have until the bacteria is not safe? All right, what don't we know? Number of hours again. All right, keywords, cannot exceed. Okay, was, increasing, per hour. All right, so when we're looking at this and we put into our problem, we got to figure out, what does that word exceed mean? What am I going to use for that? So if we don't want it to exceed this 20 degrees, we want that to make sure that we are doing that as negative 20. Okay, so less than or equal to that negative 20, okay? All right, so it was negative 72 degrees. Increasing means it's going up, 6.5 per hour. Well, we don't know how many hours, so that's where we're going to multiply. All right, so we're going to add 72. 6.5h is less than or equal to, we would end up getting a 52. All right, and we're going to divide by 6.5. We get h is less than or equal to, let me grab the calculator, I can't do that one in my head. 52 divided by 6.5 is 8. So we're saying that these bacteria will be safe for 8 hours or less. Okay, so hours is less than or equal to 8. So we're going to have a closed dot, and we're talking about all the numbers over here. So our inequality was negative 72 plus 6.5h is less than or equal to negative 20. And the solution was the hours will be less than or equal to 8 hours, that our bacteria will stay safe. All right, so some key events here. Make sure you're using your notes that had our words here. Okay. Also, make sure that you are using cubes, so circling your numbers, underlining your question, and boxing your keywords. And then show all your work while you are solving that inequality. All right, finish up that worksheet, and we'll go over them when I see you again.